Here's
So
my motto in buying stocks. Anytime I've ever bought a stock or put money into the stock market, I have only put money in that I am not afraid to lose.
welcome back.
Welcome back. This is episode number 7 of the podcast. I believe it's 7. It's a mix. What's going on?
That's 7 in a month.
7 in a month.
That's more
we're
than
cranking
one per,
them out.
Yeah,
we're cranking them out fast. What's
going
going on with you, George?
Well,
what's the news over on your end? What's going on?
I've got a little trip planned next week.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm going down to North Carolina.
For what?
Traveling alone. Just
don't
so
worry
everyone
about
knows.
the COVID. Don't worry about Corona.
With a mask on. I will
Yep.
be traveling. I will be driving the 12 hours with a mask on.
Okay.
So when people
Fair
drive
enough.
by, they can feel safe.
There you go.
I am going to shoot my first official music video. I don't know if you guys know, but I do make some music. This is just not a place for me to plug it yet, but definitely excited to share that. And yeah, I just rented some cool equipment that otherwise would be kind of expensive just to buy. So
yeah,
you're able to rent it for the week, and it's gonna
awesome
be
deal, right?
shipped right to the address of my friend Eric, who does all my cover art. And yeah, he went to school for like film production and shit. So
sweet.
So he knows what he's doing. I'm just gonna let him do that, and I'm gonna look pretty and perform.
Yeah, make sure you get your makeup on.
We're gonna do
clothes.
We're gonna do a photo shoot because he lives down near the beach.
Yep.
North Carolina.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's it. What about you? What's going on?
Not much. Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
We got to start off with the stock market. I'm sure you've heard about the stock market.
Listen,
and where I want to go with this before we even get into it and start talking about it.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
Before we get into it.
Yeah.
I want to let you guys know that link down in the bio is a link to an investing app that I use. It's called Public. Robinhood has they advise people not to use their app, kind of.
Well,
they shut it down.
They kind of put their users in handcuffs. I mean, how can you use an app where you can't even buy freely?
You know who doesn't do that?
Who doesn't do that?
Public.
Again,
link down in the bio. Public.
I'm going to download that.
It's an investing social network, and you can buy any stock of any amount. So you can start off with $1, $2, $3, whatever you want to spend. You don't have to buy the entire stock. That's what's awesome about Public.
Is this already in your Beacons link?
Yeah, it's already in the link. You're going to see the link down below in my bio. Just click it.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's the top left. I'm going to do it right now because I have not done it, and I am not using Robinhood.
Yeah. Public is also free to use, and there's 0 commission fees. So trade, buy for free.
Also has a 4.7 star rating.
It's very highly rated, yeah. It's also backed by some celebrities, Tony Hawk, Will Smith, the Chainsmokers. And a lot of the original investors in Venmo also back this.
Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk
pro skater.
just did a 7.
I saw it.
A
at
720
50-something years old.
52 years old.
I saw that.
Unreal.
I saw that. Also, guys, if you click the link in my bio and download Public with my link, you guys get a free $10 to invest with. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't do it. You get a free $10 to invest with. You got to, what are you going to deposit $1 and you get 10 free dollars and you can invest in anything you want.
It's a no-brainer. It's also, I feel like it's a good introduction into the stock market because you'll have a free $10 to get some sort of stock just to understand what happens, how,
You know what's cool about Public is if you're going into an app and you don't know what you're doing, there's a public feed there. It's kind of like a Twitter public feed where people talk about stocks where they think are going to blow up, or they think you should sell, buy. It's just a place to talk with your friends and to go over stocks. And again, you get a free $10 download.
I'm signing up right now.
Absolutely. So, I mean, talking about stocks, what is going on with the stocks lately? Do you know? Because I have no idea.
So what I had heard was that there is a forum or a community on Reddit called Wall Street Bets.
If you're not familiar with Reddit's kind of like, it's a forum page. You can go on and you can just, you post links, you talk about things, and it's basically just a community website you go and talk about.
Yeah,
so go ahead.
Tons of people use Reddit. So I've actually been told for music that I should be on Reddit because things just go viral. Anyway, though, Wall Street Bets was this forum, I think created in like 2012, and these Reddit users that were interested in investments got together, and they would be sharing, or should I say trading, but sharing information on what stocks to buy and what stocks not to buy. Anyhow, in the aftermath of the pandemic, some companies had been really struggling, And so there were hedge funds.
To name a few, GameStop.
Yeah.
AMC movies,
Right.
BlackBerry phones. Who's seen BlackBerry phones? Who realistically goes to GameStop right now? Movies are all shut down.
No one, yeah.
They were targeting companies that were super
so
in the dumps.
Specifics, those are the companies.
Yeah.
But what they were doing is they were shorting the stocks, which means basically they were betting on them to lose because they were losing. It was almost like free money for these hedge funds and these billionaires. And so anyway, this group, Wall Street Bets, is that?
I think that's what you said earlier. I'm not familiar with it, but that's what you. That's
I was drawing a blank. I think it's Wall Street Bets. So anyway, they had enough. They were like, "Yeah, this is no good for us. We don't like to see companies that we really, messed with, if that's the right word, but companies that we were cool with, and now you're going to try to bankrupt them, or I don't know." Anyway, they got together and they said, let's buy a bunch of stocks. So what happens is...
So that Reddit community got together and said, we don't like how these stocks are crashing.
We're taking these stocks to the moon.
Let's go buy them. Let's go buy them up buy most of them up and take the stock price to the moon.
So what it does is now, so these hedge funds now, so I don't know the value exactly, but what happens is that when it goes the other way, when you bet on it to lose and it goes the other way, you're forced to buy those stocks back and replace those stocks because you were like basically buying them on a bet.
Right.
And when that happens, there's really no ceiling to how much money you can lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm drawing a blank on my thought here. But anyway, they ended up losing billions of dollars
hedge
off of
funds.
this. Yeah, because when the stock value goes up on a short, they're forced to buy the stock back to get out of the short. But when that happens too, it also raises the value of the stock because stocks are being purchased. So essentially, all those people that were betting on the stock losing were forced to buy more stocks as the price surged, and these guys that got together and bought it made a ton of money. Ton of money.
GameStop, January 6th, the early parts of January, the stock price was $18 per share.
Is that the low? Is that the lowest it had gotten to?
Just about, yeah. I mean, the 52-week low is $2, but I mean, it was trading for a while at like $17, $18. It was even way back in August of 2020. It was a few bucks. Yeah. But like this past month, early January was $18 average. Even last week it was $40. So it started on the rise. Doubled. As soon as all this came out with the hedge funds and everything, the stock market going crazy, from January 25th, so like
it was literally
a couple days later, it went to $76. It
was like
Monday. It had doubled.
That was like Monday.
Yeah, that was Monday. Yeah. It doubled. Then it went to 147. Then it went to 347. It at one point got up to $480.
I saw that.
483 was the high from $18 just a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's what it can do to the stock.
That's the power.
So then everyone's buying in. It's at $480 now. What do you think everyone's going to do that has a stock? They're going to sell it.
Yeah.
Then it's going to drop from 480. It dropped down to 120. Dropped up to 300. Down to 200.
So
it was so volatile.
Yeah, I was going to say. So a disclaimer here. One thing, Joe and I are not experts on this topic by any means. And also, I don't own any. Do you know?
No, I don't own any of these stocks. This is basically just what I've read up on in the past few days. And
so to educate some of you guys with what we do know, volatility of a stock means it's being traded at really high volume. So when that happens, the risk is very high. So this is not a good stock to get into if you don't know much about stocks because it's so dangerous. You can make a lot of money fast, but you can lose a lot of money fast. So So what happened here, back to what I was saying about when the value goes up, the only way to get out of a short is to buy the stock, essentially. They call it a short surge because everyone that shorted the stock is in panic mode trying to get rid of these stocks to decrease their loss or cut off their loss. Mm-hmm. And then that's where the word surge comes in because the value of the stock ends up surging. So all those people that bet on it the right way, that just invested, made out like bandits. And then we had Robinhood, who claimed...
You know a little bit more about what's going on with Robinhood than I do.
Well, because I've just been watching it. I'm very observant. I've stayed out of it because I want to protect my money and not get involved in something that, well, it could essentially make me a lot of money, but I could also lose too. So I'm in a good spot right now. I would like to hold on to it and invest money in myself, as one of our good mentors told us to invest in ourselves at this young age. Yep. But yeah, Robinhood said, nope, you can't buy anymore.
And so they shut down their app basically.
Well, they shut down
for those stocks.
Specifically that I knew, it was GameStop and AMC.
Yep.
They said, yeah, no more buying it. And basically it looked like to the poor man or to the middle class or whatever you want to say, it looked like those rich Wall Street guys or big time hedge fund guys. It looked like they somehow convinced Robinhood to put a halt because
they were losing so much money.
Yeah.
Because the stock was jumping up so high. They had bet on it to just crash and burn. And it's jumping up so high they're losing billions of dollars.
Tons of money. And obviously it must have had something to do with the CEOs of Robinhood to make that decision. But they claim, back to volatility, one of the important words here, they claim that you and I, the average guy, basically, they tried to say, we don't know how to spend our money. We don't know how to invest.
They're trying to tell us that, hey, the people that are coming in to invest, you guys don't really know what you're doing. We're going to protect you guys from not losing all your money.
But what they did
was, in reality, they're stopping people from making money.
But
they're stopping people from having their own say in what they do with their money.
And that's where free trade comes in.
Anybody should be able to invest and risk their money. And when you invest in the stock market, you risk your money no matter what. Anybody should be able to do that, and they're stopping people from doing that.
And so they stop people. And then today, they allowed people to start buying again, but they set limits on what you could buy. So they really haven't, well, I don't know if there's any way to make right on this situation.
You know who doesn't do that?
I know.
Public.
Again,
the link in my bio, Public. They don't do, Robinhood is getting a lot of heat from everybody.
Yeah, so there's definitely different options. I mean, Public is a great one.
Yep.
And then just do your own
research. Obviously,
do your own research.
We're not as experts.
But if you're a beginner, just tread lightly because you can lose money just as fast as you can make it. There's still those Wall Street people buying this to make money that understand the trends and the way it works better than us and seem to get their trades in and out faster.
Here's my motto in buying stocks. Anytime I've ever bought a stock or put money into the stock market, I have only put money in that I am not afraid to lose.
Yep.
If I put in this amount of money, that means that if I lose
all of it, well, you're never
going to lose all of it in the stock market. I can't say never,
yeah.
But I say 50%. If I put in $10 and I cannot afford to lose $6, or I can't afford to lose,
I think 60%
$4 or $5. If 50%, if I can't afford to lose $5 and I put $10 in, I can't do that because there's always a chance you're going to lose half your money if you put it in the stock market. There's always a slim chance.
I think that's a great way to buy stock, and I also think the second part to that, which I think we've both done to an extent, is to buy stock in company that you believe in.
Exactly.
A company that you shop at, or a company that, you with Tesla, for example, early on, you buy the stock because you believe the product's going to do well. And that's really should be your long-term mindset. If you're
I've read a lot of this. People are saying buy a stock now that is going to change the world later.
Yeah. Hold on to it.
As far as like, you're buying into Tesla. You're not just buying into a company like a GM or a Ford. You're not buying into a car company. You're buying into everything that Tesla. I mean, their batteries, their technology, their SpaceX. Basically, you're buying into everything like that. So you're buying into a company that's planning on changing how the world works.
You just reminded me too. Another thing in the news I saw, just to point out when you said GM, I saw they have this initiative where they plan to go electric by 2035 with all of their vehicles.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these...
I was just making sure our fireplace was on.
It looked like it cut out, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a little chilly in here, so I just want to make sure we stay warm.
It's going on the electric vehicle thing. I think that everybody's always had that plan. Years ago, it was by 2025, but that's not even going to come close.
No, and I think it probably... What do you think? The battery is probably the...
Every company can go electric right now. 100% they can go electric, 100% electric.
Well, what is it? Is it battery efficiency? Is it materials?
It's efficiency. I think it's efficiency. It's obviously materials, too. Every company doesn't have the materials to do it, but it's the efficiency. You've seen companies come out with the electric vehicles like the Nissan Leaf, the Chevy Volt, but... they just don't have the efficiency that the number one company, Tesla, does have. All those companies, you can go 50 miles on an electric charge. But 50 miles, you bring in cold, you bring in highway use, it's like 30 miles. Yeah. 30 miles for a car is nothing. So these companies need to catch up. Before they can go all electric, they need to catch up to where Tesla is now. And if you're going to take 10 years to do that, I think Tesla's 10 years ahead of everybody else as far as technology. As far as like autopilot and stuff like that, they're probably 5 years ahead. But I think as far as like actual vehicle production and the ability to produce 500,000 cars a year, they are years ahead of anybody else.
I think so. I think since we're not experts on stock, I think this would be a good time to transition into the updates from Tesla.
Yes.
I don't know.
Before we get into that, I want to get into this taste test.
Okay, yeah.
So I found these at the store today.
Let's get revved up before we talk.
I was at Walmart today.
Yeah.
And I walked by this. I was like, oh, Coca-Cola, whatever. I don't drink soda. And then I looked. It said Coca-Cola coffee. Now, I like coffee.
By the way, this is not a brand deal.
Not at all. Nobody's paying us.
We're doing this for you.
I just saw this and I wanted to try it out. I like coffee. I like black coffee. I don't really like specialty coffees. I don't like these Starbucks, anything like that. Just black coffee is whatever. But these look kind of cool. So they have the zero sugar dark blend. They have vanilla and caramel, whatever you want.
Caramel. You know what? Tomato, however you say it.
Caramel and vanilla have 70 calories. They've got a little bit of sugar in them.
Okay.
The black dark blend has nothing. And I think this is the one I'm going to enjoy most. Let's give them a crack. Let's try them out. Let's each get a couple sips of each.
I'll try vanilla to start.
I'm going to go for caramel first, and then we'll go into the dark blend.
Should we give the ASMR experience?
Absolutely. That's what I was. You go first.
All right, hold on. Let's point it down a little.
Yep. And then I'm going to go for mine. This is the caramel.
That was
crispy.
Very satisfying, by the way,
let's
in my ears.
So this is good.
This is really good.
This is
Coca-Cola. You did it again.
It tastes like Coca-Cola. You can definitely taste it. But you can also taste like the hint of coffee. And I don't know how much caffeine is in this. I can't imagine there's a lot.
I read it was like 68 milligrams.
Is there? So, I mean,
no. Danny Duncan?
69 milligrams
Shout
of caffeine.
out to Danny Duncan. There's 69
so
milligrams.
It's a cup of coffee. It's the same as a cup of coffee. It's not a Bang Energy. It's
probably about half of the caffeine content of a standard cup of coffee. Usually it's like 120, 130.
Okay, so there's not a whole lot of caffeine in here. It's more. I think it's more so soda. It tastes more like a soda. Let's switch. I'm going to try out the vanilla.
Yeah, this is also, we both got tested for COVID yesterday, so.
See, the vanilla just tastes like vanilla Coke. It just tastes like a soda. There's no coffee, no hints of coffee in that, I don't think. The caramel definitely tastes more like coffee.
I was going to say the vanilla to me
just tastes like soda.
Had a hint of coffee and tastes like vanilla.
Yep.
The caramel to me, which is how I pronounce it, you may say caramel. Wow, that is satisfying.
Nice, huh?
Dude.
Yeah. So this is the dark blend.
Yeah, so this had more of a coffee taste to me, but
even this, I mean, you get that soda taste, but
I got to be honest, I'm getting hints of coffee. It's definitely with coffee as it's labeled, but I
tell you what, it's Coca. It is face value. It is Coca-Cola with caffeine. That's what I think it is. It's flavored Coca-Cola with caffeine. It is more so a Bang energy drink than it is a coffee. Right?
I kind of, to be honest, I don't really taste the coffee in the dark blend.
It's. I'm gonna drink the dark blend.
You're gonna drink the dark blend?
I'm gonna bring this over here. Yeah, I don't mind it, but it's more so. It's a soda.
Like vanilla is the weakest link. I don't like
the vanilla.
I actually thought caramel. Just to me, caramel in Coca-Cola just sounded kind of gross. And I'm familiar with vanilla Coke. I don't drink soda hardly ever. But I thought the vanilla was going to be the one I liked the most, and I was wrong.
So yeah, overall, it's Coca-Cola with a very small hint of coffee. Moving forward.
Well, I do like to always
moving back.
Yeah, no. I always like to give the kids a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to try new things because I was wrong there. Moving forward.
Tesla. We get into it every podcast. You have to. The Tesla updates.
By the way,
have you seen the new Teslas?
Can you just do a live update of the stock real quick? Or can I check it?
Tesla?
Because it was under $800.
Yes,
I want to talk to you about that.
It closed at under 800.
I wanted to. Okay, so we'll talk about this. But
I want to get into this before I forget this. I'm gonna forget this.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, the stock market opens at 9:30 Eastern. Right? Stock market opens at 9:30 Eastern. As of yesterday, I was buying most of my stocks on Cash App. Terrible. I loved it.
I'm furious for him, by the way.
It was a great app while it lasted. Not saying it's over, but it was great for what I used it for. Buying stocks quick, buying it on the moment, and zero fees. Then I found Public. Whatever. That's another plug for Public. Whatever. Cash App yesterday, 9:30. Stock market opens. Tesla's low. 8:15, 8:16. It's around there. I said, I'm going to put some money into it. I think I'm going to buy it today, sell at the end of the day. That was my plan. I thought that it was gonna go up, which it did. I attempted to buy at 815. I attempted to buy, I'll throw out there, $2,000 worth of Tesla.
Yeah, which isn't a huge investment. You're only getting
$2,000.
two and a half, not even shares. Yeah,
I was going to buy 2.5 shares at 815 or 816, whatever it was. I clicked buy. So a little spinner goes by. Could not buy the shares. Error. Could not buy the shares. That's what it was giving me.
Hearing the story again.
Close the app.
It's bothering me.
Close the app.
Yeah.
Opened it up again. Tried the same thing. Error. Could not buy the shares. Closed it up by the app. I did it 4 or 5 times, and when it didn't work, I turned off Wi-Fi. Turned back on whatever I could. Nothing would work. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. It wasn't meant to be. 3:30 comes along. Now we're talking 6 hours later. 3:30 comes along. Congratulations on your Tesla buy.
Yeah, no.
Great. Oh, great. It went through. Fantastic. I bought it for $817. Right now I'm looking at it. The stock is $845. Great. It made $30 per share. Nope. I look at that. They put my transaction through at 3:30 at the 3:30 stock price. The stock price at $845. And rough estimate around there. I lost $30 per share. So I lost
about 80. You lost
80,
about 80,
75, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
Just because Cash App would not let me buy at that time. And what does the stock do at 3:30? It drops.
Nosedives, yeah.
800. So I've lost not only the $30 that per share that I wanted to invest at a lower price, I lost now $45 on top of that.
Yeah, so you've lost probably $100 now, at least.
And so now I'm off Cash App.
Oh, you cashed out?
No, I saw the money's still in there because I'm going to wait for it to go up a little bit.
I would say that you're going to be okay on getting that back, but
I think so too. But that was annoying, and that was another reason why
that is bad.
That's bad.
But you never lose until you sell. But that was bad.
Imagine I put in $2 million instead of $2,000. That's $100,000 that people are going to lose out on.
Do you think that the high volumes of trading of GameStop and
yes. I know where you're going with that. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe Cash App was
yep.
failing to function because they were not
I think they
used
were,
to it? All the Robinhood users probably went like this.
They were flooded. I think Cash App was flooded, and I'm not going to bang them on that, but they were flooded and they couldn't do the transactions that they promised me earlier in the morning. So that's why I'm fully on Public now. I'm fully invested in the Public. It's instant buys. It's like I said, the link in my bio, you get a $10 free app. So you sign up and get $10 free of any app, and who knows, it could be like another AMC skyrocket to the moon.
Yeah,
obviously not.
You definitely want to be the first to know about that. So if you get the knowledge, get in on it. But if you're late, be careful because you don't want to catch it on the downturn.
So
I'm excited. I'm excited for you to go over this because when you sent me some of those screenshots, I was floored.
Nobody knew the refresh for the Model X and the S were coming for a long time. Everybody assumed they were coming for a long time. Nobody knew when. Tesla never announced it.
So this was just a surprise.
Last month, Elon kind of told these companies or the factories, like cut production on the S and the X. Sell what you've got. Push those.
So you kind of had an idea.
So we had an idea something was coming because they didn't want to produce any more S and X's. They wanted to offload what they had. Yesterday I was looking on.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yep.
And I was looking on Facebook in one of the Tesla groups that I'm in, and somebody posted a picture of the new S and X are here, and I was like, "Ooh, I gotta go take a look at that."
That S is clean. That is clean.
So the exterior, going on the exterior, there's not much of a change. There's a couple. The front bumper is a little bit of a change, but you really wouldn't notice it if you're on the road. They upped the mileage 10 miles, so it's 412 miles on the Model S.
Holy moly!
And what I've heard is that Tesla. They're putting in the new batteries in there, and they're going to be more efficient. They're going to have longer range, but the EPA estimate, they couldn't get it done in time, I heard, or they couldn't get an EPA estimate done on these batteries yet. So it's going to be higher, but this is all they could tell people confidently, 412 miles in the S.
Oh, okay.
So confidently right now.
That's awesome, though. That can take you quite a ways.
Yeah. So with the update also came a price hike, which I wasn't happy about. The Model S and the X, they went up about $10,000 on their low-end model. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Before we get into the biggest update, they cut out the performance. There's no more performance S or X. They have the long range, and then it jumps to a plaid version.
Oh my God, I didn't realize a tri-motor.
Yeah. So the plaid is now the performance is no more. The performance is replaced by plaid. Instead of a motor in the front, motor in the back, it's got motor in the front. Two motors in the back.
What does plaid stand for? Dude?
Plaid is the only thing faster than Ludicrous. Back to the Future. What is faster than Ludicrous? The only thing that's faster than Ludicrous is plaid.
Man, I need to become more of a movie buff. Wow.
I didn't know that until I learned that Elon said it. So,
yeah.
But here's where the thing is. I think they're making the Performance Model S and X, the Plaid version, more of a specialty, more of a track car, because they raised the price on that considerably.
Yeah. Do you think I'm looking at it too? Do you think if you could afford a car that was $112,000, don't you think you could probably afford the car that's $132,000?
Probably. But here's the difference. The Plaid version starts at $118,000 for the Model S. We're going to go off Model S pricing and everything because that's the easiest. You lose 20 miles of range. No big deal. Top speed goes from 155 miles an hour. That's the long range. To 200 miles an hour on the dot for the Plaid.
That makes me excited.
This is where it's going to shock you.
Fast?
You can't. It's track. That's why it's going to be a track car, I think.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in the long range version. So this is the base Model S. 3.1 seconds. That is faster than most Lamborghinis. That is faster than most Ferraris. That is faster than nearly every car on the road right now. Every car that you're driving through your city that you see.
By the way, this is 3.1 seconds.
Yeah. There's one. Done. That fast, you're at 60 miles an hour.
That was 3.1.
That was 3.1. Okay. That's faster than basically any car you're going to see on the market today. The Plaid version, 1.99. 1.9. So they snuck it under 2. So 2 seconds it is.
So that's
done. That's it. You're at 60 miles an hour. In a 4-door sedan that seats 5, right? Then the big boy. This is the one they announced a few months ago.
I'm still in shock.
They announced the Plaid a few months ago and said this is going to be the upper of the Performance. Well, they got rid of the Performance, so they added the Plaid, and then this is the Plaid Plus. This is the one where I think this is going to have like the body modifications. I think it's going to be a little bit wider. Mm-hmm. They're going to put a wide body on it. And so the 0 to 60 is under 1.1 seconds. Under 1.1 seconds.
I don't know.
Who knows? 1.8, 1.9, whatever they get it to, it's going to be under 2 seconds. The range. So the Plaid version, to go over again, the Plaid version had a 390-mile range. The Plaid Plus has a 520-plus mile range. Again, they can't test the batteries right now, so they're just saving that.
You could get to, like, from where we are, South Georgia, approximately. Oh, no, you'd have to if you charge it before you left. Yeah, one stop. Yeah. That is impressive.
So 520-mile range, but again, that's $138,000. Not many people are going to be able to afford that. It is nearly double the price of the long range. I think again, this is going to be a track car. I think the majority of people who are going to buy this are going to be the ones that I don't care about the 100, whatever the price. I want to run it on the track, and I wanted this to be the fastest quarter mile. I want this to be the fastest drag car out there at a 4-door sedan. Now, gut the interior, sport tires, like super sport tires, lighter rims. You gut it. 1.5, 0 to 60 probably in a quarter mile of under of insane numbers.
I was just doing some numbers in my head over here. I doubt the charge would last the same way at high speeds, but
no, it won't. It doesn't.
Well, I was going to say though, at a 520-mile range, that thing could do the Daytona 500.
Yeah,
it probably can't because I'm sure it will burn battery like crazy.
Are you familiar with drag strip rules? I know this because I've watched a couple of YouTube videos on a guy who has a gutted P100D Tesla, and he drags it. Okay, if your drag car is under 9 seconds on a quarter mile, so if you run the quarter mile in under 9 seconds, you are legally required to have a helmet and a roll cage in the vehicle. So all drag cars, mostly, if you're a drag car,
right,
you have a roll cage and you have a helmet. You have to wear it. You know what the quarter mile of the Plaid Plus is?
6, 7?
Under 9 seconds. 6 or 7 is like a legit long end drag car. Like you're thinking like big tire rockets on the back.
So technically that would have
Technically, you can't even run the Plaid Plus on any drag strips because it won't.
Goodness.
You have to install your own roll cage. Now, it also has 3 high-performance motors, carbon sleeve rotors. I don't know what that means. Torque vectoring, whatever. 0 to 60 of under 1.9, and it's the quickest 0 to 60 and quarter mile of any production car ever. That includes the Bugatti, the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the Dodge Demons, everything out there. This is the fastest and the quickest car ever produced.
Wow. I was
and it's a production car.
Yeah. I was on looking at the new models as well. Lots of cool options. We'd already touched on it before. I saw the price went up on full self-drive or whatever to $10,000. And then these higher-end vehicles, like the rim upgrades or the wheel upgrades, I noticed are like...
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, they're like $4 or $5 grand. And honestly, I was looking at the Model X, which we haven't touched on yet, but the upgraded rim option, to me, I'm not sure if it was better or not.
No, in my opinion, it's not. And you want to know why? I don't know if you know this or not.
I don't know this, I'm sure.
The bigger rims you go with the car, the less fuel efficient it is.
Right.
With Teslas, you get the 22-inch rims over the 20s. Not only is your ride going to be less smooth because it's going to be more firm and jagged because you got a bigger tire, you got a bigger rim, less tire,
less smooth, less cushion.
You're going to lose about 10% of your efficiency. 400-mile range, you're going to lose 40 miles just by having bigger rims. They look great. They look fantastic. But as if fuel efficient, they're not.
They're almost better off to just like
you're better off
customize.
Here's mine. You're better off getting the stock free rims that you get with the Tesla, painting them, whatever you want to do with them, or just getting them and getting your own custom rims from any other company for like $2,000 and selling these. You can sell these for like $1,000 or so dollars, and you get a lighter rim, and you can maybe pull out a little bit more range.
Yeah, get those, sell them, take the difference, and buy the new rims. I just stuttered there. I also saw some Model X's the other day. My dad sent me a couple and was like, well, how come Joe hasn't done this yet? They had like an off-road look to them. They were a little lifted looking and like bigger tires.
Yep. So the standard Model X, you can raise up with the air suspension.
Yeah.
But the ride would be terrible. The range would be terrible.
I was just going to say, that would be literally for like a toy. Like if you had exponential money or...
You just want to say
infinite money, not exponential. Yeah, and just say, this one's for play, and then just have one that you ride around your property or something. That would be cool, but...
So the interior, this is where the biggest
steering wheel is crazy.
You want to go in on what I think the steering wheel is about? Let's talk... Don't forget. Let's talk about the interior first.
Yeah, I know. I just got excited at the picture. I want to hear the details right now.
The interior now, the Model S and the X, if you're looking at it, you're driving it. You got the steering wheel, and you have a vertical screen, and then you have a screen in front of you, right?
Yep.
Standard. From 2016 when they came out, or 2012 when the Model S came out, that's what it looked like.
Right.
Now, the Model 3 has that horizontal screen. Remember my screen?
Yep.
Model S and the X did the horizontal screen, but they put it in the car. So it's a little bit fancier and more luxurious looking. Mm-hmm. They kept the screen in front of you, right? This screen that controls the entire vehicle has 10 teraflops of power. I don't know about you. You look surprised. I don't know what that means. It sounds amazing.
That's big.
Elon has come out and said that it has the same power as some of the new gaming Xbox One X or the Xbox Series X, the PS5.
Yeah, I don't know what teraflops mean, but tera means 1,000, I think.
So it's 1,000, 10,000 flops or floppers.
A lot of big flops.
A lot of flop.
Like LeBron level flop.
There you go, yeah. But anyways, they advertise you can play The Witcher on it. I've never played The Witcher. It's a super demanding game for any console you play it on. And you can play it in your car. Now, the back seat also got an upgrade. The back seats in the Model S are a little bit more bolstered, like the Model X. They're more captain seats in the back, whatever. They also have a mini screen in the back for the passengers. They have wireless Bluetooth controllers that you can get. They hook up to it so the back seat passengers can play games while you're driving in your vehicle. Pretty cool. Is it super useful? Well, a lot of people use it. Probably not, but it's an awesome new feature.
Yeah.
The new vents are different. They're not like the standard, the little vents you can move back and forth. They're the long strip that you have for the Model 3 and the Y again.
Right.
Best. That's what I think is the best. The steering wheel.
Yeah.
Picture a rectangle, right? It's a rectangle. And just take off that top. It is literally a bottom box. Like that's called a yoke steering wheel. Now, the thing that I don't know how they're going to pull this off.
Yeah.
Yoke steering wheel, right? Pretty cool. It's like an airplane kind of type thing. There's no stocks in the back. Stalks. No turn signals. No windshield wipers. Nothing like... No. How do you put it in drive and in neutral and reverse? There's none of that. So if they... I don't know how they're going to include that. If they make you reach over to the screen to do it, I don't like that. Yeah. I like just being able to flick it on the side, even turn signals. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to go Ferrari end. And on the steering wheel, they're going to have the turn signals on the left side, left and right. That's what Ferrari's done with a lot of their vehicles. And then I think the drive modes are going to be on the right side. Again, I don't know how it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be neat. It's going to be cool to get used to. But they're going towards a more autonomous feel of a car. So no top of the steering wheel is like you're less engaged with driving like this, and you're being driven. That's what they want.
I'm very impressed by this new Model X.
That was a lot.
The price
I
went up
wasn't
another
impressed with.
$10,000 for those two.
Yeah, it went up another $10,000 for the Model X.
And then the Plaid is
the Plaid is the newest performance. Yeah. So the Plaid, obviously the Model X starts at $118,000. That's the same as the Model S, I'm pretty sure. That has a 2.5 0 to 60 for the Model X. So a 2.5 second 0 to 60 for a full size SUV, a mid-size SUV.
Well, what was the range for long range again?
Long range was 360 miles.
So
that went up by like a couple miles, and the Plaid is 340. So you're only losing 20 miles.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Those are good. I mean, dang.
Yeah, 1,020 horsepower.
It's crazy to think that the Cybertruck, the price points for that are what they are when you.
That's what I saw a lot of people mentioning.
Do you think it's going to go up?
No, they can't go up. They've already promised that price. Basically promised it. If they go up now, they're going to lose
because
more than half their orders.
There's been a lot of.
Think about this.
There's been a lot of $100 deposits.
The Model X. The full size, the biggest, best Cybertruck is $79,000.
Yeah, the tri-motor,
which has basically got the same specs as this Model S does. Got more mileage, everything, for half the price. It's basically half the price of these new Plaid X and S's, but you have a truck, you have 500 miles of range instead of 340 or 360 that the Model S and the X have.
Yeah.
You have a 0 to 60 of 2.9, which half a second, no one's ever going to need that. So for half the price, you're getting double the... I think what they're going with this is the Cybertruck's going to be built more cheaply. It's not going to have the most luxurious build. The body is cheaper to make. It's the stainless. It's one body. You know what I mean? It's long, flat pieces. So I think it's a lot easier and cheaper to make than the S and the X. I think that's where the price point is, and it's not going to have as many luxury features. It's not going to feel like a super luxurious car like the S and the X are. Yeah. It's going to be a truck.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking right now I'm going to get roasted in the comments because I feel like one of those podcasters today that hasn't, not today, but just on this topic, I don't really have much to offer. I'm just kind of, honestly, I'm just like you right now.
I'm going off.
I'm kind of listening to him, and I love his energy today because this is something that he's super passionate about. And
this is something I know a lot about. And
he knows so much about it. Yeah, I like to see that with him because Tesla's life, baby.
It's right, and I don't like to talk about it all the time and bring it up on every podcast, but there's something new every time we film a podcast.
Yeah,
and it's something that I feel like is good to go over because it's up to date kind of stuff. I mean, they updated the rims and everything.
Yeah, and obviously Tesla is one of the major catalysts for your success. And
absolutely.
I love that steering wheel. It just reminded me actually. So I was able to do a GameStop pre-order for the Xbox Series X in a bundle, but I've been watching because we've been trying to get PS5s now for a while, and we're just not having any success. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of YouTube comparisons, and the major thing. So I found a really good YouTuber. Don't recall his name, but shout out to that guy. You could probably find him if you did the search Xbox Series X versus PS5. You'll find him. Okay. So in the grand scheme of it, Xbox and PlayStation have always had their exclusives, so it depends what you like. You know, Xbox with their Halo and PlayStation with their Uncharted, Little Big Planet.
Yep.
There's a range of things, Spider-Man, whatever. So anyway, that steering wheel reminded me of, do you know what his final decision was? Because he said, like, performance-wise, the two were pretty much the same.
Yep.
Can you take a guess on what one thing based off of a steering wheel that sold him on the PS5 over the Xbox Series X?
The controller, the new controller.
The controller. He said that the controller on the PlayStation 5 has just more of a next-gen feel. It was designed much better. There's a speaker on it, so if you don't have a headset, you can just talk to your friends right through the controller.
Yep.
The vibrations and the gameplay feel more realistic holding the controller, and then he just said, like, ultimately the grip and design of it is
more next gen,
is what set it apart. So now I'm thinking, I'm waiting. You
maybe don't want that Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I may try to resell it, not at too much of a profit, just a little bit.
Even if you just sell it to get your money back with taxes back.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I want a gaming system. I had an opportunity. It said I could add it to my cart, and it
why
went.
not?
So, so why not? Because the price is about the same. So I was like, I need a gaming system. So I may see myself playing it, but yeah, no, that steering wheel just reminded me though. It's weird how like the feel of something can influence so greatly like your opinion on it. Because I'm sure when you step into that new Model X for the first time and get your hands on that wheel,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's great,
fantastic. I think that's about all the time we got today for today's podcast.
Yeah, I think
that about wraps it up. Again, I want to go over Public, the investing social network. You can buy any stock at any money.
My account too.
Yeah, make your account, guys. Again, linked in the bio is going to be Public. Download it now to get your $10 in free stock when you open up an account. It's super awesome, super easy. I'm in it. George is going in it right now. It's super
easy.
It's got a social feed,
very easy,
free to use, and there's zero commission fees.
Yeah,
you got anything you want to add?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, I think stay safe out there.
Absolutely. Again, if you haven't liked, subscribed, commented, do that now. Turn on post notifications so you guys get notified as soon as we post, and you guys can maybe be the first comment on each one of our videos.
Yeah, don't get swindled by these stocks, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah, be smart about it. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.